Custom Cars Grand Tour, Romania to Morocco. At last, we meet again in our search for the most amazing trails in the world. We embark on a quest to where the Middle East meets Africa. We know this is going to be one for the books. So we get our vehicles ready for very high temperatures and send them straight to Seville, where they arrive on a car hauler. Our next destination is Tangier, so we get on the ferry to this magical land, but not before we give the cars a thorough scrub. We dock in the port of Algeciras and plan ahead. Northern Africa welcomes us with a moderate 22 degrees Celsius, a mild 6 kilometers per hour wind rate, and 83% humidity on the coast of Tangier. Off to Chefchaouen, the Blue Pearl, where we arrive after sundown and take a stroll in the nearly deserted city as Ramadan is still in place. Morning breaks, and we jump at the chance to visit the province noted for its buildings in shades of blue, for which it is nicknamed the Blue City. And we're off to our next stop, Fez. A guided tour through the maze-like streets reveals centuries-old architecture, wooden inlays in public walls, and lavish oriental interiors. We pop in for a visit to see the work of an all-woman co-op association, Carpet Makers. They support women's rights and work values and wonder at the artistry. This fragrant city is a spice El Dorado and has a flourishing industry for all sorts of medicinal and plant-based products. The tanning factory is next on our agenda, as Fez also manufactures textiles and leather products. We did not linger, the smell was unbearable. On our way to our next destination, we stumble across an oasis ruled by monkeys, and cut across a hailstorm. Local people tell us it is a strange happening, since there has not been rain in the area for many, many years. But as daylight starts to fade and traffic becomes scarce, we begin to worry about getting to our secluded accommodation for the night. We manage to get there, but it feels like we're the only people alive for miles and miles. Once we get to office, a late-night celebration of Vera's birthday is just what the doctor ordered before setting out again next morning. Off to Merzouga, in the Sahara Desert. The sun casts its last intent to stay with us on the winding crimson dunes, as it dies in the never-ending sands and begs us to start another celebration within the camp that most graciously offers us shelter for the night. We join in song as the Bedouins teach us their chant-like music by the campfire over a traditional tangine chicken dinner. It does not get more authentic than this for a group of adventurers like us. A new day on the horizon brings a change of scenery and of vehicles as we give our hot rods a well-deserved rest and grab a couple of jeeps to go visit a traditional Berber village. It is astonishing to see what human resilience can achieve for these people who literally live a desert life. A pit stop for some food inside a welcoming oasis where we have some traditional pizza is just what we needed. The day is far from over, so we take a not-so-motorized camel ride through the desert, where we begin to wonder if this rarely seen rain is in fact our doing as precipitations hit us again. We shake it off and attempt a last ride for the day in our own custom GT cars. And it turns out they can make it in any conditions, as we do not get stuck once. We take another glance at the crimson dunes, wash the sand off our babies, and head out. On our way to Ouarzazate, a quick evening stop in Aït Ben Haddou, a historic Ikram fortified village. It is a great example of Moroccan earth and clay architecture and a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987. After visiting the arena where the movie Gladiator was shot, we finally get to Ouarzazate and check into our accommodation. The Oscar Hotel, inside the Atlas Studios, tells the tale of all the famous films that were shot here. Movies and series like The Gladiator, considerable parts of Game of Thrones, The Vikings, Elizabeth Taylor's Cleopatra, and Spartacus. What's next? Tagazout is next. Situated on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, where the weather does not seem to want to be our friend, we decide to visit the Agadir Bazaar. A kaleidoscope of spices, strange giant oranges, revered cats, and freshly squeezed bamboo juice tie us in a magic carpet ride through the narrow streets of the bazaar. Another day, another wondrous place, Marrakesh. This city is the stuff of legends, so we're excited to say the least. The not-so-weather-friendly first few hours we spend in the bazaar, the city's main attraction, where you can easily break away from anything and anyone, as it is of huge proportions. Our second day in Marrakesh is spent in the Jardin Majorel, a luxurious place. It was created by French Orientalist Jacques Majorel over the span of almost 40 years, starting in 1923, home to many different and exotic species of cacti, palm trees, and other indigenous plants. In the 1980s, the property was purchased by the fashion designers Yves Saint Laurent and Pierre Berger, who restored it. We head out to what is one of the most famous cities in the cinematic universe, a place of wonder and deep, rich history, Casablanca. There is so much to say about this place, but we only have one day here, so we decide to visit the biggest mosque in Africa and the 7th largest in the world. It was completed in 1993, designed by Michel Pinson under the guidance of King Hassan II, and built by Moroccan artisans from all over the kingdom. And so, we return to Tangier. This time, we have a full day and night to visit the city, observe its totally different lifestyle and standard of living. Fast and expensive cars wherever you look, and many features of its urban existence bring it a lot closer to European cities. Before our last dinner in the storybook West, we visit the old center of the city, teeming with tourists, its life pulsating in every corner shop, people bargaining everywhere, still observing and following the old ways. If there's one thing that we have learned when we began this train of adventures with the Custom Cars family, it's that the key word for making it all happen is friendship. It gave us trust, special people to share it with, because what could be more important than sharing your greatest adventures with your friends? What dangerous and mesmerizing paths we'll take? We don't know yet, but you are clearly going to be a part of it. Like we always say, wherever our wheels may take us.